The world that they offer you is gray and promises dystopian control. They offer you safety and security purchased with the currency of your freedoms. But on this channel, we say absolutely not. The warmth and freedom of individual liberty will pass on from us to the next generation, and it starts right now. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, how we're going to fix both those things together. Guys, if you are not following the drama, if you didn't pull the all-nighter with us when we were tracking what was going on in the Rules Committee for the suppressors, for the Short Act, you're missing a lot of the context that you need to know about because we have some updates. The House is talking about launching and dropping this reconciliation bill tonight or tomorrow morning. It looks like it's going to be an all-nighter again for this guy, but don't worry. I've got coffee and I have plenty of sleep because this is about something bigger than just some sleep. We've got our freedoms on the board, and this has a generational opportunity to make something incredible happen. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on so you guys are fully aware of what's going on, when it drops, what happens, and we are about to grind for some freedom. All right, guys, listen. Last night, we did an all-nighter. If you follow me on X, that's where I was basically posting throughout the night of what was going on in the Rules Committee. And we came through the entire thing this morning on a live stream for about 3 hours. And the important piece that you have to understand is we're waiting on two little small details. Once those happen, we're off to the races. So what I'm about to show you is the updates that are leading up to those details. Okay, the Rules Committee is the last one. Then it goes to the House broad, and the House leadership is saying they're going to vote tonight or tomorrow morning. So with our suppressor and potentially short act being removed from the NFA, hanging in the balance, we're going to drive real hard. So make sure you're focusing, you are following me on X at Braden LOA. We are giving a lot of attention. I'll probably go live there, and I'll definitely be doing live updates all night. And make sure you turn your subscriptions on for this channel because this is a big one. All right, let's dive in. So these are the things that you need to know as we go forward because this is where the suppressors and this is where the Short Act all comes together right at this moment. New. Johnson says they will move forward with the reconciliation package. They'll be going to rules to submit the manager's amendment and vote on package tonight or tomorrow morning. And I've got lots of things lined up, okay? This is really crucial to understand. They alluded in the Rules Committee while we were watching from 1 a.m. all the way until about 11 a.m. They confirmed multiple different times they're waiting on management amendments and they're waiting on the House to actually go to the bill, to go to the floor and vote on the bill broadly, okay? The House Freedom Caucus went to the White House today, and that's where all this movement is coming from of what I'm about to show you. So check this out. This is Eric Dowdery. We covered him a lot during the election, and he was pretty right most of the time. Big, beautiful bill. The plan for a vote is tonight, Representative Scalise says, after Freedom Caucus meets with Trump. Now, the reason this is crucial is because the leadership is aligning across the board to tonight or tomorrow morning, probably starting tonight, and it's going to round up in the morning, which means all the Rules Committee and the management amendments of which we're waiting for are going to drop before that. That's where this key point is. It's incredibly important to be paying attention to this stuff. So that's why I need you guys to send this stuff out. If we have Representative Scalise saying the vote's going to be tonight, Speaker Johnson, the vote's going to be tonight, Representative Chairman Comer, the vote's going to be tonight. Guys, they're pushing for tonight. That's why this is so crucial to follow me on X, follow me on here, because I can give you these updates because something tells me we're going to see movement on this tonight. Now, this is a very key point, and then I'm going to show you the highlights from the gun control crap and some other things that you need to know about the suppressors particularly. Speaker Johnson tells Reid Reports that concerns shared by House Freedom Caucus will be addressed with some combination of work by Congress and POTUS, adds that may include executive orders. This is the sausage making that I was telling you guys about for friggin' 9 hours from last night at 1 a.m. till now. This is where they're going to be wheeling and dealing because the House Freedom Caucus wants some stuff. Individuals want some stuff. And now you've got the White House that wants this bill. All right, watch what he says here, and then I'll show you what the Dems are freaking out about in the Rules Committee still currently.
Mr. Speaker, are you going to pass this bill tonight?
The plan is to move forward as we expected. That was a very productive meeting at the White House. It's great to have a president that is so directly engaged with what happens in the other branch of government over here in the legislative branch. It was a collection of leaders from the House, and most of them Freedom Caucus leaders, and we had a good discussion. I think we're in a very good place. I think that all of our colleagues here will really like this final product, and I think we're going to move forward.
House Freedom Caucus members wanted major changes to this bill.
You will see how all of this is resolved, but I think we can resolve their concerns, and it'll be probably some combination of work by the president in these areas as well as here in Congress. And so
executive orders.
There may be executive orders relating to some of these issues in the near future.
All right, so this is really key. You have to understand what is happening right here behind the scenes, because remember, suppressor and short barrel items are on the chopping block to get removed from the NFA. All right, they're trying to appease every single person. So here's what, basically, if I were a betting man, this is what just happened behind closed doors. We need this bill to pass. We want our goodies. Well, how can I help you do that? Well, get this bill to pass, and then we'll give you some executive orders and some other legislative pushes in another area. That's most likely what happened. So you're probably going to see movement in the positive towards getting this done. Now, this is the really important piece right here. Let me jump over to this because this is the stuff you have to understand. This is from Stephen Gutowski. A number of sources I've talked to who are working on this believe leadership will include a provision delisting silencers from the National Firearms Act alongside the provision eliminating the tax on them. The text below is just a placeholder for final language, though. Now, the reason that this is important is because we were tweeting about this, or rather posting about this on X last night. This is the Shush Act, which was put in as Amendment 487 in the Rules Committee. We covered this from 1 a.m. last night, okay? What he's saying here is this is likely a placeholder, and what they're telling him is they're going to include a provision delisting silencers from the National Firearms Act. That is the golden goose. That is the crown jewel from the suppressor side. Short is still a separate thing, but what they're talking about right now is suppressors removed from the from the NFA right there, okay? When you're looking at this, you have to understand all the pieces that are coming into place. The House wants this to pass completely by tonight or tomorrow morning. That's the leadership. They've all said it. They're talking about, from multiple sources, delisting suppressors from the NFA through these management amendments, which are going to be hitting on this. They've already said it. That's what they're talking about. Okay? It's right there, most likely what's going to happen according to these sources. Now, this is what the Dems are freaking out about behind this, or on these rules committee. This is what we left, and now we're going back because they started hitting on suppressors because they just have to find something. But here's my funny little comment about this. If you think they're freaking out now about reducing the tax on suppressors, you just wait until they remove suppressors from the NFA completely. Oh, the mind melt. But anyway, let's get to one of the commies on the Democratic Party. Listen to this.
Is offering, which will strike, bear with me, this is a double negative. I hate double negatives. It strikes the removal of the $200 tax on silencers. Right now, and this is since 1934, there has been a $200 tax on silencers, never adjusted for inflation. It's been solid since 1934, but I believe it's Mr. Clyde who wants to die on this hill.
By the way, he's the one posting on X about this. Oh, he's going to die on this hill. That's the point. They're holding strong on these things. That is a positive inclination. I don't know what's going to happen in the end. I can never guarantee it, but we're going in the right direction. Keep calling, keep being active. Let's continue to the commie.
Well, others might die on this hill.
Oh, shut up.
He wants to remove the tax altogether. Baffling to me. And you know what the dollars are? It's $1.4 billion over 10 years. I did the math. That means something like 700,000 silencers are sold in this country a year. That baffles me. I don't know if that's accurate, but by the numbers and by the math, that's what we're talking about. In 1934, you know.
Do you think she meant to make the pun of baffles her? Okay.
What $200 looked like, adjusted for inflation? It's at least $4,600, $4,700, $4,800 would be the tax if we did that today. Why do you think they put such a steep tax on that silencer in 1934? Take a look at the history. The history is the tax was used to try to discourage the purchasing of silencers.
Well, hold on a sec. Hot damn. Are you implying, Madam Democrat, in the House Rules testimony, that people who would want to restrict the rights of the American population would use a tax to discourage ownership, almost like a chilling effect? That's weird. Maybe we should apply that logic to all the blue states. Oh, wait a minute. God, you hate when they say the quiet part out loud, don't you? Because literally, she just said exactly the entire point of all the gun control taxes and fees. Mandated fees for background checks, mandated fees for fingerprinting, mandated fees for license renewal, training out of your own pocket. All of this is meant to be a chilling effect on your freedoms and rights, but this moron can't figure out that she can't say the quiet part out loud, because after all, it baffles her. It's got to be a pun. Gotta be. Let's continue.
Well, this is a committee, this is an amendment, this is an initiative that Mr. Thompson will correct in his amendment, which I'm sure you're all going to go for, that would reduce the revenue, take us down $1.4 billion over 10 years, don't know why, and probably encourage the sale of more.
What? No, it's coming out of the NFA. That's what we want. And we're standing pretty strong on that. Let's go over to Representative Thompson. This is the gun controller guy in the House, all right? Listen to what he says. Again, this is just what happened while we took a little bit of a breather from this stupid testimony. But anyway, let's continue.
As a combat veteran, a lifelong hunter and gun owner, I can tell you this provision has nothing at all to do with hearing protection, but it has everything to do with making money for a certain segment of the gun industry. If you're concerned about protecting hearing from gunfire, buy and use earplugs.
Hey, watch this, guys. You ready for this? Watch this. Hey, if you're concerned about not having abortion rights, buy and use condoms. Oh my God, I can almost hear me being called a bigot. See how this game works? You can't have your gun rights, because if you really want to protect your hearing, then just buy earplugs. Okay, well, you can't have your abortion rights, as you call them, because you can just buy contraception. Oh my God, how do you hate women? It never ends, guys. It never ends. But this right here is why we are fully chasing the big, beautiful bill, which is going to have executive orders to basically, I don't want to say that, basically, ease everyone's conscience into voting for it, which is going to contain this bad boy right here, according to Stephen Gutowski, delisting suppressors from the National Firearms Act. Yeah. You think they're mad now? Just wait till later. That's what I've got for you guys right this second. Those are the updates. That's what you need to know. And of course, I will either go live if it's the right hour, or if it's too late, I will be on X across the board. It might be an all-nighter, but this demands our attention, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.